Hey everyone, I thought it might be nice to just read through the lore cards, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through them by faction, and I hope you enjoy. So here we go. Here's Charlie. Charlie rose to power after developing the bonds of the Accord and overthrowing the tyrannical usurper King Cormac. Fueled by a fire to give her people the best shot at thriving on the island, she commands from the front lines of battle as much as she does from her throne. Surrounded by steadfast allies and enemies in equal measure, she must tread carefully if she is to remain the shining beacon of hope that she has become for so many. A font of knowledge and the head instructor of the Halls of Ivy, Tiberius acts as an advisor to Charlie, although he does not truly care who he serves, as long as he is able to perform his research. He has become infatuated with Kryptik Island and the implications of its existence. Tiberius has been prodding his students to engage with other factions in order to understand the wondrous magic that exists on the island. The sly, calculating, and stoic Eileen is the youngest of a now-defunct noble human family that predates the usurper king. Watching her family deftly navigate a shifting political landscape through multiple upheavals has led Eileen to become a spy master at a very young age. Despite her penchant for secrecy, she became disgusted with the pervasive greed of the monarchy and put her skills and contacts to use, spreading Charlie's ideals, earning her a key place in the Accord. At first sight, one might not believe that the stern Celine is kind-hearted, but Celine has proven herself time and again to be extremely loyal and merciful, even to her enemies. A true personification of opposites attract, she and Boudica remain close despite the fact that they constantly disagree on the best course of action. Their ability to remain friends despite their conflicting strategies is what made Charlie realize their value as key members of the Accord. One of the core upholders of the Accord, Boudica has always had a thirst for righteousness. However, this thirst is commonly quenched by the blood of her enemies. Contrary to her friend and colleague Celine, she does not feel that justice requires measures of mercy. Her hot-headed nature does seem to worry other members of the Accord, recently causing some to unite against her aggressive tactics. Spiteful and power-hungry, rage always seems to be bubbling just beneath the surface of this otherwise composed former king. Leader of the Dominion, he remains a constant threat to Charlie's station as overlord and often seeks the aid of other factions to this end. Despite his harrowing greed, he tries to portray himself as serving the greater good, while many human citizens have seen through his ruse. Since he was overthrown, there are many that still believe he is their rightful king. And that's Cormac. Here's Asterope. Asterope wasn't pleased when her ruse became a reality. A fortune teller prior to her arrival on the island, she is deeply perturbed by the visions experienced by the oracles, believing them to be the overseers attempting to manipulate the citizens into failure. While Mokosh seems to pride herself on being gifted visions, Asterope is certain that she isn't sharing the truth of what she's seen. Asterope has seen it too, and it is horrifying. If there is one citizen you do not want as an adversary, it is Livia. Her charitable, compassionate, and pious public persona has garnered her the support of the people, but truthfully, she is an ambitious sociopath. Even more terrifying, she is a formidable duelist who has killed 18 opponents in one-on-one combat. Armed with a pristine public image and a disposition for surreptitious violence, Livia has maneuvered herself into a pivotal position within Cormac's Knights of the Dominion. Underestimated because of her polite and docile demeanor, Cassandra is politically savvy enough to find herself married to Cormac. Having impressively risen from courtesan to queen, she strives to retain her position as Livia becomes ever closer to her husband. Cassandra seeks allies in other factions to assist Cormac in regaining his prestige as leader of the human faction. Competitive to a fault is the curious Astrid. A beloved pupil of Tiberius, Astrid has struggled with the fact that she is not as innately adept with magic as some of her colleagues in the Halls of Ivy, namely Cleo. In her efforts to further her abilities, she has been scolded by her mentors more than once for delving into the Nimbon, even after having unearthed a mysterious tome that has helped her to increase her magical prowess. Terse and brutish, the gargantuan Hermos serves as both Cormac's shield and fist. His imposing aura almost seems to form an unseen barrier around the former monarch, with few foolish enough to approach. Hermos is rarely seen away from Cormac's side, but when he is missing, it often means that the bloody pulp reminiscent of a citizen is soon to be discovered. Sullen and jaded, Amador never found the glory or purpose that he initially sought in becoming a knight of Dominion. Gifted with a blade and a sharp tongue, but not much else, he found himself ill-fit for most other walks of life. However, a spark has returned to his eye since meeting Corinna. After being sent to kill a Naiadine envoy and frame the accord for it, he was surprised to happen upon the gentle and gracious mystic. Now he eagerly awaits their clandestine meetings, a feeling he thought was lost to him long ago. And believe in the art, that is Corinna in the bottom there. I guess they're talking in that picture. That's actually kind of sweet. Aemon ruled over his kingdom before Kryptik Island with ruthless malice, taking as much as he could from his peasants with no regard for their impoverished existences. Distracting his subjects with endless wars and propaganda, he maintained his rule until he began to ramble nonsensically at public appearances. Seeing his father's weakness, Cormac usurped him, leaving Aemon to drink and count coins as he descended into insanity. A ferocious hunter, Camilla grew up in a wilderness family that never accepted the monarchy. Older sister of the mischievous Flanagan, her menacing gaze is perhaps the most prominent reason he still draws breath. Her hunting parties have become a prominent source of food for the faction, drawing diplomatic attention that she loathes. In her distaste for politics, she has found herself living with Ophelia and Gwen, members of the Bardic Craig, please forgive me, I'm mispronouncing that, who somehow managed to tolerate her younger brother. Oh, Flanagan. Though no one seems to be sure of what, where, or when he studies, Herrick remains a member of the Halls of Ivy. He comes to mandatory meetings but rarely associates with other members. Rumors circulate that he is nocturnal, as his striking silver-haired frame mostly roams the halls at night. One student is still being mocked by his friends for having run in fear of a specter which resembled him, weightlessly drifting down the hall, but bearing bright yellow eyes and jet-black skin. Coming to the island changed surprisingly little for Gwen. A wandering minstrel, she continues to carry on about Kryptik Island just as she had before, playing music for whomever will listen, naturally finding fellowship in the Bardic Craig. She has enjoyed expanding her artistic knowledge and will often practice alone for hours at a time. Well, not entirely alone. She has noticed an odd preponderance of crows that seem adamant to listen to her with peculiar concentration. None stand more righteous than Orpheus, who acts as the arbiter for the human faction. Despite his reluctance to accept the position of judge, Charlie selected him for this duty because of his measured and well-thought-out counsel. Orpheus is suspicious of Lorelei and has requested Eileen use her spies to shadow her. Strangely, the only spy sent has not reported back. Wayland reports to him as the captain of the guard and has been set to investigate the disappearance. Sven walks in the darkness so that his superiors can bring light to citizens of Kryptik Island. Trained in espionage by Eileen and combat by Celine, he acts as a bloodhound for the Accord, doing their bidding in whatever role is required of him. There is no deed, no matter how heinous, that Sven would refuse if it furthered the agenda of the Accord, or perhaps more importantly, his mentors. Wearing a shark-like grin and pompous top hat, Theodore is the old adage, money is power, given form. The Dominion's charitable financial minister, he operates under the pretense of collecting taxes in order to support the poor. In reality, he is a polite visage given to the brutal extortion that Aemon had begun and that his son continued after he was overthrown. The immense wealth he has been able to extract, even on the island, has been a major engine behind Cormac's bid for power. I apologize for the background noise, guys. One of my cats is playing with something. Formerly Boudica's second in command, Lorelei has recently abandoned her affiliations with the Accord. She and Boudica appear to have had a severe falling out, though neither is willing to share why. Perhaps it has something to do with her newfound interest in the magics of the island and all of the small cuts that have developed on her hands. Oh, cats. I love them. Although she is young, Khonsu is quite ambitious. She's been the most valuable informant for the Accord that Eileen has ever utilized. Khonsu uses everything at her disposal to reach her desires, from her innocent childlike appearance to blackmailing friend or foe if it fulfills her aspirations. A story of new beginnings, Eros is the brother of Cassandra, and like her, was a court concubine before coming to Kryptik Island. Eros views the island as a chance for humanity to finally come together, to rise above petty power struggles, meaningless wars, and obscene wealth disparity. Taking up residence in the halls of Ivy, Eros has dedicated himself to the study of the natural world and humanity's place in that grand design. Tied with Tiberius is more than just age. Adriel feels he has lived his life in his former colleague's shadow. Once a young, eager professor, he and Tiberius were among the founding members of the human faction's first university. While Tiberius's vibrant personality inspired his students, Adriel's severity pushed many of his students away, leaving him isolated to brood and dabble in what may consider more dishonorable academic pursuits. Oh, there he is. Poor Cassandra. Not Cassandra. Camilla. Sorry. Flippant and crass, the impish Flanagan was not raised to respect authority or decorum. In his roving family of hunters, he learned that the only thing worth being wary of, let alone respecting, is strength. Here on the island, he is made prey of many of the respected members of society. His favorite target for his antics is the unflappable Orpheus, who has begrudgingly developed a soft spot for the boy, despite the number of times he or Wayland have found rotten onions in their sabatons. The last one for the human faction is Miss Cleo. A daydreamer and flirt, Cleo spends most of her time gossiping with her peers in the Bardia Craig. I keep saying that wrong, I know I do. She is criticized by Tiberius for her wasted potential because of her natural affinity to manipulate the arcane magic of Kryptik Island. Instead of creating earth-shattering spells, she would rather use her power to create astonishing light shows and performances for her peers. Guys, we have 5 cats in the house, and one of them's growling at one of the others right now. So I apologize for the background noise. Okay, let's break into this box. We have had so much fun opening these and still trying to finish our foil collection, but we have been blessed to finish our non-hollow collection and our lore collection. So I'm going to sort these packs by faction. There's our box toppers. So this weekend, on Saturday, there is another tournament at Compete Sport in Charleston. Actually, I think it's in Goose Creek, South Carolina. And we're going to try to go. I'm hoping we can go. We've been so incredibly busy lately, but we're definitely going to try and make that. We're looking forward to it. I hope you all try to come too if you're in the area. Okay, and there's Helen and Ravana again. So we've got Wolfric, Juturna. That's interesting. Kraka, Charlie. So if you do watch this, tell me who your favorite citizens are and why you like them so much. I don't know that I have a favorite, but after reading the stories and the comics, I absolutely love Kraka, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Ascendant faction drama. I know there's a lot going on there too. They've made this lore so deep. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in future sets. And Wave 2, I believe, is coming the beginning of 2023. Not sure about Wicked Prophecy. So we're going to hold off on Wolfric, Juturna, and Kraka for now. And we're just going to open up Charlie packs. Okay. Let's see if we get anything interesting. Hopefully a full art we don't have yet. We don't have very many full arts. I'm not going to do the pack trick, guys. I'm just going to flip to the spicy stuff, because y'all have seen these cards before. Oh, I just passed over Leaf and Mollymo. And there's Thyra and Coco lore card. We'll get to the Ascendants in the next video. See if we can get something different today. Let's see, Celine, Astro Oblivion. I'm not good with manipulating these cards like some people. There's Pollux. Ooh, Wolfric. Nice. And Dagon. Foil. And we got Kensley lore card. Raquel, beautiful. These cards are gorgeous. Somebody said the art is criminally underrated in this game, and I tend to agree. Oscar. There's Algor. And there's Jaturna, very cool. There's Nadar. And Zagan Lore. Poison, Diami, Vlad. Oh, there's Dubraka. There's Flanagan. There's Dubraka, Pasha, and Aurora. Love these foils. There's Wayland, Iris, Ellen, and Ravana. Just a few more packs of Charlie to go. And there is Wayland again. Ellen, which means this is, oh no, that's Iris again. Okay. Imogen. Oof. That's a gorgeous card. There's Charlie. And Tiberius. Recalor. Okay. Hands don't seem to be handling these cards very well. I apologize. There's Theodore, Lorelei, Kansu. There's a Brassman, very cool. We all love that card so much. Corpseist, Condo Lore, and Danae. Wow. That's almost a 3D effect in this light. At least for me it is. I'm not sure if it comes off on camera. There's Livia, Ophelia, Cassandra, and Hermos. There are 3 citizens from each faction that did not get lore cards. Ophelia is one of them for the human faction. I don't recall the others. I would have to look at that list again. Daiti, Aurora, Corinna, Amador's love interest, Brenna, Lycan. I'm calling him Lycan. I'm not sure what his pronunciation is. Rhea and Ozara. Yeah, the foiling on the lighter cards really, really pops. And on the darker cards, one of them, I think it's Einar, it's almost black. The card is almost completely black. It's on the full art. It's pretty cool, actually. Daiti again. Aurora, Corinna, and Enyo. Okay, Kieran, Raquel, Danae, Moxie, Estrid. I have Corinna lore card. And oh, what a beautiful Muriel. Wow. Beautiful Muriel foil. No rare. Very nice. Kondo, Thyra, Kieran, and Raquel again. Okay. Last pack, guys. And then I'll call it for today. I really appreciate y'all watching. I'm not very good at this. I appreciate you watching me fumble along with this, and I hope reading the lore and the comics has been helpful for somebody out there. But I really enjoy doing this, and I'm grateful for whoever watches with me. Coco, Nadar, Electra, Elamus, Eligor. Now, Ernesto Cavell is going to be at Compete Sport this weekend signing cards, so we're looking forward to that. Again, we're hoping we can go, but he, I believe, did 4 pieces of art for this set, and he's a fantastic artist. Davy Lore and Oscar foil. Just beautiful cards. Vlad, Kinsley, Holdar, and Felicity. Again, I really appreciate you guys. I hope you are doing well and staying safe. Take care of each other and your loved ones and those around you. And I look forward to doing this again. Thank you so much for watching.